thought, by going to yoga, I need more improvement. I need to improve. I need to learn in order to be able to help more. And I must admit that I wasn't wrong. After having read the book, I just felt, God, it's what I need to be stronger, to help others. And I just said to my son the other day, once I read the book, I just said, God, that's exactly what it is, this book. And I must say, son, look, this is it. And then I wrote it down so I don't forget. And my comment about Neil's attitude and thoughts and his, all what he feels, it just confirms what I've been through a terrible disease myself. And I just want to say, I found this, the most, these words here and his words today, the most inspirational and encouraging thoughts. And I think the book, or rather the author of the book, Neil Patel, is like a life-supporting light for all the people who are sitting in darkness and are afraid. That's what I think. Thank you very much.
Yes, I am. Thank you. Any other questions? Shall we use, have you got any questions there? Okay, it's open. So anything? No. Yes. Yes. Am I still alive?
I think so.
Yeah.
A slide?
Yeah.
A comment on, I think one of the statistics that's bandied about a lot, which you hear from a lot, is 1 in 3 people have cancer.
Or will get cancer, right?
Or will get cancer, or I don't know if the statistic is they'll die from cancer, or they'll get it. I think they get it, right?
I think if they say 1 in 3 people will get cancer in their lifetime.
So 1 in 3 people that you know, so if you've got 12 people, you know, there's a lot of people that get cancer. A reflection on our society that we live in? Is it a Western thing? I don't know. Is it a reflection on the madness that we live in, or we're just deluding out the life that we're living here?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thing. Cancer has been around, Sarita, for how many years? What does it say in Ayurveda? Surely.
Ayurveda, it's no just.
It's a low ojas condition. So there's no label such as cancer
It's just.
per se, but it's thousands of years.
Okay, I mean, what I understand when you're talking about society is very interesting, a few different things. Firstly, cancer can be attributed to changes in diet in certain countries. For example, in Africa, am I not on? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Is this mic turned on? It's on, you can hear me now, right? For example, in Africa, I can't remember which country it was, but this is a physical thing. The first time they were introduced to salt was the first incidence of cancer that ever been recorded in that country. So when salt arrived, then incidences of cancer started to build up. So there is a very physical relationship between diet and cancer, taking into account everything I've said as well. Dietary aspects. Cancer is basically a disease, if I talk biologically, you have 2 states in your body. You have a state of fermentation and a state of oxygenation. Okay, you can also say that state is like a pH state, pH balance state, and an acid-alkaline state, right? So diet-wise, as our society's food has become more acidic, which is old, processed, fermented foods, slowly the cancer rate has gone up in accordance to that. These are people that may have been susceptible or already not happy in their lives, as the cancer will build up in them. So there is a relationship between diet and cancer in terms of too much acid in the diet, too much sodium in the food, source of the sodium-potassium balance, disturbed pH levels. That's one part, physicality-wise. The second thing about cancer is to remember that cancer is just blocked energy. Ultimately, all cancerous tumours are energy packets, if you believe it or not, right? And everywhere a cancer tumour appears in your body relates to the chakra that it's around. The chakra is what? Energy centre. So if you've got cancer in your throat, your cancer in your breast, these relate to the areas that they're around. One case I tell you about was a guy that I met who had cancer in his esophagus. So I went to speak to him. I mentioned his case at the last talk, I think. He had cancer in his esophagus. So I looked at him, took his energy into my field and read it a little bit, and realised, hold on, this is emotion between the emotional centre and its expressive centre. The anahata chakra, the heart sense chakra, and the throat chakra, the speech chakra, right? Esophagus, cancer's here. So what is it? What are your relationships like? I felt that first of all there's a blockage in this. He's not talking to someone properly about something he's feeling. He's not expressing some anger. So I said, what is it in your life? Who is it that you're not talking to properly about stuff? What have you got? What are you holding in? And he looked at me and he started crying. And he's a guy who's like my age, right? He just started crying. And he said, it was my mum. I said, what about you? He said, my father died 3 years ago. And my mother is heavily leaning on me emotionally and keeping me at home, and she's not letting me move on. But I can't say anything to her because she needs me. Because she's alone. Okay? So I said, okay. You know, and when the tears came, I realized straight away there's a problem there. Because tears, as the body's trying to release sodium, it's trying to change the alkaline balance in the body. Tears are carrying lots of sodium and salt and acid. Just releasing all of this acid from his body through his tears, right? So I'm saying, okay, that's good. At least you're crying. Get it out of the system. Well, what is going on with this relationship? So I said, talk to your mom. Explain to her calmly where you are, how you feel. Don't get upset. Tell her what you'd like to do, and your cancer will go. I said it to him. I make bold statements because people believe me. And then they start to feel it's right. So he was on chemotherapy and everything as well, right? He's carried on his course. So I went to spoke to his mom. And sure enough, his cancer went. His tumour disappeared. Now, I don't know if it's part of his system anyway. He's still fine today. He's very well. He writes me emails all the time. He's so happy what happened that day. And his relationship with his mom is fine now. So this happens. People I know who have breast cancer, first thing I talk to them about is nurturing.